your second album. And then my next participation is when I discovered an artist named Gucci Man and worked with him during the Big Cat era. And so what I was asking my brother, Jerry Spoken B, is what was the first trap record? And KP was supposed to be here. He argued the case that the first trap record was produced by DJ Dumma, and it was called Dope Boys in the Trap. That was what he argued, but he couldn't make it. He had to be in New York with T.I. So I want to ask you, Mr. Zaytoven, what is your opinion of the first trap record ever produced?
My first opinion of trap music, I guess it will have to be the T.I. project. Dope Boys in the Trap might have been the first song I heard that represented trap music. I come from California. I was living in San Francisco, California when trap music started. So when I moved down here, that was already going on. I didn't know what trap was. I didn't know what the word mean. I didn't know what type of music that was. I just know, okay, that's T.I. He talking about trap. So yeah, that's my first identification of trap music.
For me, everybody know me, drummer boy, D-boy Fresh. I'm from Memphis, man. Any people from Memphis in this thing? Nobody? Few, one or two, three or four. Tennessee. I came up with a guy by the name of Yo Gotti. And our Memphis music and sound and trap era of me working with Gotti, we an underground city, and it wasn't really getting outside nothing but our tri-state region, which is Arkansas, Tennessee, and Mississippi. I had a record out called When You See Me Shout It, Pop Your Collar, Then You Holler, That's What's Up. What up, drummer? Hey, what up, mama? It was on an album, Back to the Basics. And we probably did that song like '01. I also did a record for Gotti called Shout It. When you, I got white, shout it, cheap price, shout it. You know what I mean? Which actually got Gotti his deal at TVT. So these were the trap records that I was familiar with at that time. Me coming out of Memphis, Pastor Troll was a fan of my sound. Jeezy was a fan of my sound. And that's the first thing Jeezy said to me when he met me. Man, I need some of that shit, goddamn, you and Gotti on. You know what I mean? And Pastor Troy, you know, he paid me $8,000 for 2 beats. You ain't paying me $8,000. This the first person I work with in Atlanta. You're not paying me $4,000 a beat, $5,000 a beat, and I ain't nobody coming out of Memphis. You know what I mean? So for me and Gotti had a sound, and that's what folks was on to get me to Atlanta.
So what about Player Fly?
Fly was rapping about the game and the pimping and the drugs and the cocaine, and he rapping about everything, you know what I mean? Fly was just the pimp and the player. Like, we looked at Fly and put Fly in the same category as Ball and G.